For that. But moving on, of course, the Dodgers, they're taking on the Trashionals, or I call them the Fighting Walgreenses. And it reminds me of the trade last season, the blockbuster deal where the Dodgers sent their top two prospects in Keibert Ruiz and Josiah Gray for Max Scherzer and Trea Turner. Now, of course, Max Scherzer, he was lights out for the Dodgers. He carried them into the postseason. He was the odds-on favorite to take home the Cy Young at one point. He got his 3,000th strikeout. Then his arm, unfortunately, passed away in the postseason. He made a business decision. Trea Turner was excellent, but at the end of the day, Dodgers didn't win the World Series. So looking back, would you do the deal again if you were the Dodgers, knowing the outcome of the 2021 postseason?
I would. I also, too, with the disclaimer that I think you got to wait a few years for a trade like this to really grade it, right? I mean, these are two prospects. We have no idea what the future holds for Josiah Gray and Keibert Ruiz. So if Keibert Ruiz turns out to be Salvador Perez and Josiah Gray is a multi-time All-Star, wins a Cy Young, then yeah, I think we'll probably think about this trade a little differently. But they made a great trade at the time for what they needed right now, and I would still make the trade. When you have the opportunity to get a pair of All-Stars, the second best pitcher of his generation besides his teammate Clayton Kershaw, you go out and do it. It's what they needed. I applaud the front office for doing that. To have the resolve to make a trade like that, there's not many organizations that would go out there and do that. And also, they still have Trea Turner, who I think is one of the best shortstops in all baseball.
So you go back, you make that move again. How about you, Clint?
It's a great move. You had to make that move. I don't regret it at all. I mean, you traded two kind of non-factors in the team thinking from 2021. And look, Keibert, great player, was not going to ever usurp Will Smith as a starting catcher. This wasn't going to be a Russell Martin, Deanna Navarro situation.
Shout out to Deanna Navarro. Wow, what a pull.
Shout out 2006. It was, sure, you traded your number one, number two guy from your top prospects, but we know, Dodger fans that know the deeper throes of the system or rungs of the system or whatever, there are some guys that are right there, and it was the right move. You filled the need. They needed some help to not murder Walker and Julio, so you bring in another arm because you lost three key parts of your rotation in the span of 3 months with Dustin May, Bauer, and then of course Kershaw. So heartbeat. And it's still paying dividends today. You got Trea Turner. Yeah,
I mean, absolutely. I mean, to me, it was a Ruiz move for the Dodgers to make. I would do it every single day of the week and twice on Sunday, because that is why you have a farm system that you develop prospects in. That's why you have those chips to cash them in and go for it all. And also, when you consider this, what did Max Scherzer and Trea Turner lead to? The Dodgers beat the San Francisco Giants in the NLDS, the team that ended the Dodgers' 8-year division winning streak. And where they beat them? They beat them in San Francisco on a controversial call. Who gets the final save? It was Max Scherzer. So if you're not going to win the World Series, beating the San Francisco Giants in the NLDS, to me, is a really nice consolation prize. And also, you factor in, too, I love how they won controversially. It's the San Francisco Cryants, and they're still crying out there. They're still pissed, and I just love there was some controversy in that. So I definitely would make that move again. Now, final question. We're going to switch gears here, and we're going to talk about some fun stuff. Now, I don't know if you guys saw yesterday, the fan tried to catch that Mookie Betts ball, and he was so depressed. And then Mookie this morning, he said he was going to get him a ball. And by the way, Mookie Betts, MVP on the field and off the field. He's a great guy. But it just got me thinking. I want to ask you guys this question. Throwing an opponent's home run ball back after you catch it, yes or no on that? Are you for throwing the home run ball back, or should you keep the ball? What's your take, Eric?
I think the big line of demarcation here is, are you throwing it overhand to try to hit a player, or are you just rolling it back on the field underhand? And I think the folks at Wrigley do a nice job of some of the times rolling it underhand, but for the Yankees folks, throwing the ball at the player.
I've never seen anybody roll it underhand.
Yeah, they do a nice toss. I've seen it.
Wrigley fans aren't nice.
That's where the tradition started.
When you're throwing the ball at the player, you should. That is absolutely a no-go for me. If you want to do it, if you want
Boston crap.
If you want to do it respectfully, and in my opinion, that's doing it underhand, away from the players, that's fine. But if you're going to chuck it because you're 4 tall cans of Pacifico Deep that you overpaid for, that is not right.
Keistered in a Four Loko while you're at it. Look, Baseballs are expensive. Have you guys ever been to like top of the park at Dodger Stadium and looked at an actual game ball? It's like 20, 30. I don't even know what it is anymore. Back in my day, you can get them for like 26 bucks. Those are expensive. Keep it, treasure it, or give it to a kid.
Yeah, giving it to the kid is a nice cure-all.
Yeah, I think that's really my dream, too, because I've been to countless number of baseball games in my life. Really, I've never come close to catching a home run ball. Never came close, and I've sat in the pavilion tons of times. And like you mentioned, it'd be so great to just be in the stands, catch that home run ball, find the nearest kid, and then ask his parents how much they'd pay for the ball. So I think that'd be a great moment. But to me, I think I'm definitely a guy that is saying keep the ball. I mean, you saw Miguel Cabrera. He hit a home run at Dodger Stadium, and the fan throws it back. I don't know about you guys. I'm keeping the ball, especially if it's a Hall of Famer.
It's a Miggy Cabrera ball.
But I do think if you're going to throw anything on the field, throw Zach Campbell. Throw him on the field along with every baseball he's ever caught. So to me, I think it depends on the situation, but I'm definitely pro keep the ball. But gentlemen, thanks as always for another fantastic roundtable. Your expertise is always appreciated. And I want to know from you guys. Let us know down below in the comments your takes on these questions as well. Will Mookie Betts win the MVP? Also, what's up with Walker Buehler? Do you think the Dodgers need to make a trade for another starting pitcher? And yes or no, throwing the home run ball back if it's hit by an opponent? Let us know down below in the comments section. My name is Doug McCain. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. His name to my left is Eric Eulo. You can follow him at EEULAU. How'd I do?
You did great.
There we go.
You hit it out of the park.
Scripted it.
There we go. Crushed it. And then, of course, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Clint Pasillas. You can lock him in for justice at RealFRG. But we'll see you guys next week. And as always, think blue, bleed blue, and we out.